This is kind of just a ragtag collection of reviews of lots of different movies that I saw. Some recent, some not so recent. But they're all grouped together because either they didn't warrant an entire video on their own, or just because I saw them later than most people did. So here we go. This is a franchise that was already hanging by the skin of its teeth. It only had one gimmick, which was all the 80s and 90s action stars in one movie together. So here we are in the third Expendables movie, apparently the last one, according to the trailer where it says one last ride. And what does Stallone decide to do? Rip away the only gimmick that the franchise has by sidelining all of the 80s and 90s action stars for 2/3 of the movie so that they can focus on a whole bunch of new, younger characters who you know nothing about and you care even less about. Only to bring them all together in a finale where none of them do anything other than shoot machine guns. All with a PG-13 wraparound. Yep, it is everything that you never wanted to see from a franchise that you would kind of be okay with if they never made in the first place. Well done, Stallone. Tell me, how is it that you can have Jet Li, Jason Statham, Wesley Snipes, and a professional MMA fighter all in the same movie, and yet there is no martial arts fight? Could it perhaps be that if there was a martial arts fight like that in it, then Stallone would have to shelve his gigantic ego in order to make room for other people to shine, when clearly he just wants himself to be the center of attention in all these movies? For the most part, this movie was just boring. It was boring and it was dull. It does pick up a few moments whenever Mel Gibson is going into full evil villain mode, but for the most part it's just really boring and vaguely frustrating because there are all these action stars that are just wasted in order to make Stallone look better. Is it possible that he made this entire franchise just so that he could frame himself as like the action movie godfather? I don't know. 300 Rise of an Empire, on the other hand, is a movie that gives you exactly what it promises. Nothing more and nothing less. Greased up muscle guys, slow motion battle scenes, and lots of CGI blood. Like, lots of CGI blood. In fact, there was so much CGI blood that it actually became comical at certain moments. A lot of people kind of ragged on this movie, but I actually kind of enjoyed it. I mean, it's not the same as the first movie, it's very different from the first movie, but I actually enjoyed being able to see the war between the Greeks and the Persians from a different angle, and from the perspective of the Athenians, who have a very different way of thinking than the Spartans. I don't think it's equal to the first 300, but I think it's a good addition to it in sort of rounding out this world a bit more. And I am hoping that they make another 300 movie just to finish up this whole story of Greece versus Persia. Transformers: Age of Extinction. This movie is a classic case of really low expectations transforming a horrible, smelly, disgusting dog turd into a slightly less horrible, smelly, and disgusting dog turd. It's big, it's loud, it's dumb, it's stupid, it's pretty much exactly the same as all the others, and Michael Bay continued his vicious raping of the Optimus Prime character. He was okay in the first Transformers, but as the movies have gone on, it leaves me wondering as to why Optimus is even a Prime at all. Why is he even a leader? He's just constantly getting beaten up and taken captive and having to be rescued, or getting like killed and having to be resurrected. He has no strategy, he has no plans of attack for anything. He doesn't show any leadership qualities at all. He has to be rescued more than any other member of the Autobots. How is he even the leader? Optimus from the cartoons is not like that. This Optimus is just an insult, a slap in the face to that. And as if that wasn't bad enough, there's this really weird and disturbing pedophile subplot between a 20-year-old guy dating a 17-year-old girl, the purpose of which seems to be the movie trying to convince us that it's okay for them to be together. No, it's not okay, alright? And it's doubly not okay that you're trying to push that message in a movie that is specifically targeting children. Seriously, dude. Before going in to see Transcendence, I thought to myself, unless Johnny Depp does something significantly different in this, I highly doubt he can maintain his A-list status for very much longer. And yeah, I don't think he's going to have A-list status for very much longer. And the writing in this movie is very strange, and I can't decide whether it's lazy or whether maybe the writers were just kind of out of their league, because so much of the tension is not knowing what Johnny Depp is doing. Whether he's good, whether he's evil, you don't know. But that all comes from the fact that He doesn't explain what he's doing. If he were to just say what he's doing, nobody would have any problem with it, and none of the conflict throughout the movie would happen. But it happens just because he doesn't say what he's doing, and I don't know, is that lazy writing, or is that just inept writing? I don't know. But either way, I think Johnny Depp has now become a parody of his former self, and that's sad to see. But he just needs to find his mojo again. I know he can do better. I've seen him do better. I don't know why he was so bland in this. Her. What a great movie. Oh, such a great movie. I was so late in seeing this, I picked it up on DVD. Fantastic movie, and very strangely sexy, which is weird considering that you never actually see Scarlett Johansson in the movie. But this movie is really a perfect depiction of both the negatives and the positives of being part of the digital generation. You know, a lot of the old folks, they look down on the use of technology as though there's something wrong with it, but really it's just their fear of something they don't understand, and how advancements in technology represent the fact that the world's moving faster than they can keep up with, so they're afraid of that. Oh, there must be something wrong with technology, and wrong with these kids who use technology, blah, 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 blah. But Her shows really well that no matter how fancy the technology might get, and no matter how intimately it is woven into our lives, it doesn't make us less human, because really it's just a tool for us to express emotion to each other. And that's what being human is all about. It's no accident that some of the most popular videos on YouTube are the ones that make people laugh, and it's not a coincidence that we use emoticons when we message each other. And Scarlett Johansson being an AI that has all the same emotions as us was perfect in demonstrating that. There was just so much great stuff in this movie, so much stuff you can talk about, that I highly recommend that you pick it up and you watch it if you haven't. It is a must view for anyone of the digital generation. In fact, I enjoyed this movie so much, a story about a guy falling in love with his computer, that it inspired me to change my computer desktop. Check it out. Oh yeah.